Greetings from Seattle, the birthplace of Starbucks. I'm Zev Siegl, one of the three co-founders of Starbucks. On the screen is the original logo from 1971. In the center of the logo is the enduring symbol of the company, a siren with twin tails. There's more to me than Starbucks. I've started several small businesses. I belong to an angel group in Seattle, and I present at entrepreneurship events all over the world, like Peach at the Beach, an event that took place quite recently in Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. It was actually organized by a WBAF member, Israel Pons. I mentor startup entrepreneurs. There have been hundreds of them in my life. In return, they give me insight into how to create a new venture today. Starbucks was a startup in 1971, but it didn't begin with 32,000 stores in 78 countries. We began with one store, and the beginning was humble. As you can see, the founders were slightly undercapitalized. That's why we built the first store with our own hands. This photograph from 1972 is the interior of the original store in the Pike Place Market. That's Seattle's Central Market. Notice the brass scale on the counter. It was for weighing coffee beans. Starbucks began by selling coffee beans and brewing equipment that our customers used in their homes. What about beverages? Well, there was no espresso machine in our store in the first decade of the company, which means there were no cafe lattes, no cappuccinos, no espressos. Starbucks did not sell beverages until 1981, 10 years after the first store. We did brew coffee every day throughout the 70s. We gave it to our customers in little sample cups. Sampling allowed customers to discover for themselves that our coffee was a good value, even though it was expensive compared to supermarkets at that time. Sampling was one of the many marketing techniques the three founders utilized to build the company's first base of regular, repeat customers. This is the original Starbucks store today. It was remodeled in 1990 to become an espresso bar. Today, all of Starbucks locations are espresso bars. Why is that? Well, brewed coffee beverages are more profitable and more popular than selling coffee beans. Why is the brand so strong? Well, I wish the founding partners could take all the credit for the strength of the brand today. We did build a dominant local brand, and we created a foundation that had a potential for expansion. The global growth, that was the work of Howard Schultz. He purchased the company from the founders in the mid-1980s, and he grew it steadily from then until he retired last year. That's a 34-year term as chief executive officer. Why is this brand so embraced? Why are gigantic Starbucks drinks popular in Istanbul, where strong coffee's been served in tiny little cups for hundreds of years? Why? Sophisticated marketing, brand management, the right executives, the right financing, the right joint venture partners, a focus on coffee, attention to detail, high-quality products and design, respect for employees and customers, continuous innovation. That's why the brand is so strong. You know, the 21st century is better for emerging companies than the 20th century was. I don't know anyone in business who wants to go back in time, especially entrepreneurs. In the 20th century, there was no crowdfunding like Kickstarter. I wish there had been. There were very few angel investor organizations. Compared to 1971, the year 2020 is a paradise for new ventures, but we can do more, can't we? That's what this conference is about. We can enable many entrepreneurs to develop their innovative idea into a business plan, build a profitable organization, and then return the investors' equity so they can invest in the next big thing. We can do more in three ways. Number one, funding. More funding for qualified ventures. It's a global opportunity. Now, not all ventures are qualified, ready to receive funding and use it for creating a business success. There are government agencies in many countries that help entrepreneurs qualify for investment. The WBAF itself has opened country offices which are operated by ministries with responsibility for economic growth. The WBAF also has an excellent business school of its own, offering programs for angel investors and for entrepreneurs, plus the global fundraising stage. a place for qualified startups to raise capital. And I really appreciate that the WBAF supports women entrepreneurship. Gender equality is a major economic development opportunity. Funding for qualified new ventures, that's our number one need. But there are two more. The second need, the content and the format of financial forecasting that's done by entrepreneurs is not always acceptable to potential investors. Agencies funded by the WBAF, as well as other incubators and accelerators and mentoring programs, offer guidance, but more guidance is needed. The third need, young entrepreneurs often do not communicate effectively with potential funders. This isn't about speaking and writing skills. It's something deeper than that. Entrepreneurs frequently don't understand the mentality of funders. Fortunately, this is a teachable skill. More funding, better financial forecasting, better communication. These three things would enable more entrepreneurs to qualify for funding and be able to create additional economic activity. Bay Bars, thank you for continuously reminding global leaders that successful startups produce new jobs, new wealth, and improve social justice. This Congress is going to boost growth in dozens of countries. But the sessions here are going to be challenging. You'll need to be alert, so drink lots of Turkish coffee. Enjoy the conference.